On to what we're supposed to talk about today. Today, I wanted to talk to you about the roles and responsibilities for election officials in ensuring accessibility for Virginians with disabilities in the voting process. I also want to go over for you how ELECT fulfills its responsibilities, and then I want to update you on our progress toward increased accessibility over the past year. So there's two roles in accessibility when it comes to elections. There's the local level and there's the state level. At the local level, our general registrars and our electoral board members are responsible for training officers of election on accessible equipment so that they are ready to help people when they enter a polling place and ensuring that officers have taken all other appropriate training. We also have our electoral board members inspect polling places for accessibility, address known accessibility issues, and then they are also responsible for providing documents in minority languages where it's required. At the state level, we provide guidance and resources to general registrars and electoral boards to ensure that they comply with state and federal accessibility laws. We're also responsible for providing officer of election training on polling place accessibility and etiquette. And we try to ensure that ELECT's website is accessible and translated properly. We are also responsible for designating an AVA coordinator who you met earlier, and that's Claire Scott. So when we talk about how ELECT fulfills its responsibilities, some of the things that we do is we dedicate an entire chapter on the topic of accessibility in our general registrar and electoral board handbook. We provide training for general registrars and electoral board members and officers of election on accessibility requirements and best practices. We develop a checklist for ADA compliance that we base upon the Department of Justice checklist. And then we require the use of that checklist by localities in assessing their polling places. We also require localities to confirm their compliance with the ADA anytime they want to move a polling place or consider a new polling location. One of the things that we did recently in the last couple of years was to require an annual compliance confirmation from localities to say we're using this ADA checklist, we're assessing each polling place, we're going out and making sure that our polling places are meeting requirements under state and federal law. And then also designating an ADA coordinator for ELECT. Some of the initiatives that I wanted to talk about since I last spoke to you, some of the strides that we have made. We have created an accessibility specific training module for our general registrars. It is online. They can take it at any time. They do not have to wait for a particular date. It is available to them in our learning environment within ELECT's training. We also have really enjoyed our partnership with the Disability Law Center. That has been productive. I feel like it's been effective. We have worked well together, and they have been very frank with us and said, hey, here's some areas where we feel like that you could improve, and we have tried to tackle those and to ensure a higher level of compliance. As part of that relationship, they have attended our annual training that we are required by law to provide to our local election officials. It's called the Virginia Elections Workshop. And they attended again this year. They had a table where they were able to connect with local general registrars and local electoral board members. And so we just really appreciate their participation once again this year. This year, we also sent out reminder advisories to every county and city in Virginia regarding their duties under state and federal accessibility laws. We sent those out in April and July and August. And then we also sent out one noting the 35th anniversary of the signing of the ADA. I'm also happy to report that ELECT's website and web pages are now currently available in 12 languages. That is the most they've ever been translated into. Additionally, the department has started using Site Improve to measure our website accessibility, our user experience, and it provides analytics, search engine optimization. And after using that to measure how we're doing, what we saw is that we have improved our website accessibility rating by 15 points to an over 90% rating, with 43 issues that we resolved in the last year. In addition to our website, we also have our citizen portal, which is what voters use for voter registration. And we also were able to improve that site's rating, improving it by 4 points with 31 issues resolved. Some of the other items that we ticked off on our list, we improved our screen reader user experience with color contrast and making sure that our pages have larger and structured headings. So for those who are using a screen reader, we're making that easier for them. We also have gone ahead and had an employee in every one of our divisions enrolled in accessibility training, working toward accessibility certification from Site Improve Frontier. And that's both for our web developers and for our content contributors. We want everybody, when they're in the process of thinking about putting anything on our website, keeping that accessibility compliance in their minds so that they're thinking, is what I'm putting on here going to be able to be digested by this community? So just to conclude, truly, we are so appreciative of your continued constructive feedback and the effective working relationship that we have built with you over the last couple of years. I would earnestly encourage you to continue raising issues with us, and I am personally committed to finding ways to resolve them in ways that best suit your community's needs. I have so much respect for your tireless advocacy and the efforts that you undertake to improve the voting experience for Virginians, and just can't thank you enough for all of the work that you're doing on behalf of your members. Thank you so much.